what would you say are three things that stood out to you that, I mean, obviously I'm from Portland, so we soften things here that aren't great about the pitch process and the costs. What would you say are three things? And Gene, I'll ask you the same thing that you may co-sign on some of this, but Matt, what stood out to you as not that great?
First of all, the amount of money. I mean, in anyone's book, from an individual agency standpoint, 200,000, 100,000, 400,000 is a lot of money. For any client, 373,000, 400,000 is a lot of money. And when you put that all together, and we used an estimate of one client, three agencies for each of the scenarios, you're talking about $1 million or $1.2 million that is being spent and is gone. Right? That's money that could be invested in other ways. It could be invested in a better relationship, right? So that was sort of the first thing was, wow, this is actually a lot of money. The second thing I think that was very disappointing was that cost price was the number one criteria in selecting a new agency or in choosing the winning agency. And we made the point, I made the point up on stage at the ANA's, what's called their AFM, Advertising Financial Management Conference, that price cost is not the right criteria. And then the ANA made the point that you wouldn't choose a management consultancy like that. You wouldn't choose a lawyer like that. You wouldn't choose an accountant like that. You would choose those professional services organizations based upon their effectiveness and the value they would bring to your organization. So why should choosing an agency be any different? And I think the third thing, which we all know, and it was painful to see it in the report, is the damage, the emotional damage, the relationship damage, the lack of the damage to trust that happens when you put up an account for review. And trust is sort of the bedrock of a client agency, any relationship really, but a client agency relationship. And there's data out there that has proven that strong relationships create better work, which create better results. So when that trust is torn apart, it's pretty hard to rebuild.